welcome to this week's episode of Feel Good Friday. This is our last Friday morning together. If you are just tuning in to Feel Good Friday, we have had three segments of Feel Good Friday already. We talked about journaling and how to start and have a journaling practice that will help you enhance your self-care. The second week we talked about maybe a cozy night in. Maybe you take a nice relaxing bath or shower, and we talked about how to create that atmosphere. And then last week we talked about the importance of getting moving, to move your body. Figure out how to move your body that feels best for you and fits into this season of your life. And this week we are going to talk about how to fix yourself a good meal. Whether that means you fix it yourself or you gather it from an outside source, but what you can do to create a relaxing evening in with a really good meal. And today is not going to be me telling you how to eat healthy. I love to talk about healthy food. I love to talk about the importance of nourishing your body. And I think that that is a really important aspect in caring for yourself, is eating nourishing foods. But rather today I'm going to give you a framework for an evening in of how to give yourself a good meal, whether that is you decide you need to nourish your body. So I'm a fan of some baked Brussels sprouts, roasted Brussels sprouts with maybe some balsamic and feta cheese, or maybe that means you need to pull out the box of mac and cheese. So whatever you choose, I'm going to teach you how to create a relaxing environment and how to just pamper yourself with a nice meal. So first off, again, I love food. I have a prior career experience and personal experience with food. I was diagnosed with celiac disease in 2011, and that just kickstarted a whole way of me loving and learning about food. But like I said, we're not going to talk so much about why I think it's important that you eat vegetables or maybe how to create a really well-balanced and nourishing plate. But instead, I wanted to show you that food is one of my favorite subjects, and I'm going to teach you how to enjoy an evening with a good plate of food. So, first off, food is culture and family. Right now, I know it's a little bit more difficult to gather with the ones we love in a safe manner, but keep in mind that I'm going to be talking about more of maybe you and your family, the people who live in your home. But these principles could apply to a group gathering as well when that is deemed nice and safe. But in 2020, as we know, things are a lot different than usual. So again, as I said before, nourishing your body, I believe, is crucial to self-care. I believe that when you nourish your body, you feel better, you think better, you bring your best self to the world, but you don't always have to eat Brussels sprouts. Again, you can have a box of mac and cheese, and we can make it self-care as well. So the first thing I would suggest is choose your meal. So does that mean you're going to find a new recipe to try? Does that mean you are going to order takeout from one of your favorite restaurants? Does that mean that you are going to get a boxed meal that you love? So choose what you're going to do. And I have some tips if you're going to try a brand new recipe for the first time. And the number one tip is, do not try to gather all your ingredients the same day you want to try this new recipe. You're going to set yourself up for confusion, potential overwhelm, and then you just might throw your hands in the air, and then you have a more stressful evening than when you started. So plan ahead. If you know that Thursday night is going to be your night to just really treat yourself to a special meal, maybe it's going to be on the weekends, make sure either the grocery shopping trip before or even the day before you gather those ingredients. So again, you try to eliminate some of that potential overwhelm for when you fix this recipe. Also, choose a simpler recipe. There are so many great recipes out there, but a lot of them will include obscure ingredients that, again, might cause stress to find. You might have to order them off of the internet and wait for them to ship. So maybe choose a simple recipe that you feel confident and capable, but it does give you a chance to maybe cultivate an experience of trying something new. I will tell you, one of my favorite websites is minimalist baker. I have used so many of her recipes, and they are absolutely fantastic and important to me. They are very nutritious. So you can even select at the top of her page if you are looking for simple ingredients, if you're looking maybe for a certain time frame. And then there is even an option to print. You can calculate, she calculates for you on the page how many servings, and you can adjust that accordingly. It's fantastic. So I print out one of those recipes and make a list of the ingredients I don't already have so that I can gather them before I try to make the recipe. So that is the number one tip when you're going to try a new recipe. The second thing is you might decide to order in from your favorite restaurant, or I'm sorry, take out from your favorite restaurant. And that's absolutely fine. Again, maybe plan ahead of time. Don't make it just a last minute decision, because we're going to talk about how you can set up your kitchen table and your kitchen area to make that cozy, relaxing, self-care environment. But you maybe want to choose what day you're going to do that for your takeout as well, because it gives you some anticipation. You know you're excited to eat your favorite meal from your favorite restaurant, rather than just a last minute decision. Oh, then you might be looking at the menu. Again, the goal here is to eliminate and cope with some stress versus create or add more in your life. So give yourself some excitement. Know that this weekend, this is Friday, you still got time to build some anticipation for this. Maybe you decide Sunday morning you're going to order brunch from your favorite restaurant, and then you're going to bring it in for a relaxing morning brunch at home. And then the third thing might be a boxed meal. Easy peasy. You can still make this a great relaxing experience. Maybe your favorite thing on the planet is frozen pizza. And I love a good frozen pizza too. So maybe you get a frozen pizza or a frozen meal, or just some simple, easy ingredients, and you decide, you know what? I cook fresh meals all week long. I don't want to bother seeing anyone at a restaurant, and I'm just going to fix this for myself. Again, it doesn't matter so much what you choose to eat, but how we're going to present it, and this atmosphere that we're going to cultivate to enjoy that food experience. So those are a few things that you might want to do in anticipation of this day. And depending on what you have already in storage or you might have at home, here are a few more things you might want to plan ahead on to eliminate the stress of gathering it all beforehand. So something I like to do if I'm just really working on creating a yummy meal for myself and eliminating some stress. We'll get to that in a minute, but gathering materials, that's what I was going to tell you. You might want to lay out a fancy tablecloth. You might want to get out the good china. You might want to pick up some fancy Chinette paper plates on your way out, because self-care to you is not doing the dishes. Whatever it is that you might need, remember to gather those supplies before. If you want to light some candles, if you want to have a special scented candle, if you want to get yourself some fancy utensils, or again, those nice disposable utensils. Gather those items beforehand so that you are prepared to lay everything out, cook your delicious meal, enjoy that experience so that you can fully savor the smells, so that you can fully enjoy this meal. So now that you've gathered all of your supplies, here's the thing I was going to tell you just a few minutes ago. This is crucial. Are you listening? Don't try to fix this meal, whatever it might be, whether it's a brand new recipe, a recipe you love, whether it's you picking up takeout or fixing a frozen meal. Don't try to do it hungry. Oh, there's nothing worse than trying to create a relaxing environment, but you're hungry, or trying to figure something out and you're hungry. Maybe eat a small snack before you even start cooking. Maybe you plan a meal around the time before you're going to get hungry from your last meal. Maybe this is something that you can nibble on while you cook. So make sure you are not starving when you start this meal. That is so, so important. I can't tell you how many evenings I have potentially ruined out of hanger. And I know y'all know what hanger is. It's when you're hungry and angry all at the same time, and they just go together perfectly. So make sure you have some food in your belly before you start all of this. Now, let's get to just the experience of cooking this meal. And as I've said the few weeks prior, this is really personal and about you. So what do you most enjoy? What is most important to you? Do you listen to things all day long? My husband and I own a gym, and there's music playing at the gym all the time. So sometimes he doesn't want music, even if it's our favorite Sinatra, Norah Jones, even just instrumental music. We want silence, and silence can be a beautiful, beautiful thing. So maybe you choose silence, or maybe you want to put a record on. So maybe you like the sound of vinyl. Maybe you have Pandora and a Bluetooth speaker. Choose kind of that sound environment, whether it's silence or some good music, and maybe you play that while you cook. Another thing I like to do is to have a beverage while I cook, whether a special beverage, not just plain water. So maybe I want to make a cup of tea and drink that tea while I'm cooking. I might add some ice water and fruit to water and make it that. I know so many of my friends love sparkling water, so maybe you pour yourself a glass of sparkling water over ice. If you're of age and you enjoy an adult beverage, maybe you choose to have that while you cook. But it's just something special to have to just enhance and heighten this experience of fixing this meal, whatever it might be. So you've got, one, the smell of whatever you're cooking, which is, I'm sure, delicious. You've got a special drink. Maybe you've got some music. Maybe if it's in the evening, you dim your lights, or maybe just turn on some lamps for ambiance versus the strong overhead lights. So everything here, the goal, again, maybe you have candles in it. If you can cook by candlelight, you're my hero. I can't do that. But whatever you're going to choose to create this cozy atmosphere and this experience while you cook the meal. So now that we've got all of that together, maybe let's set up the dinner table. And maybe you choose, like I said earlier, china, your finest plates and cutlery. You choose your finest dishes, lay those out. Lay out a tablecloth. Maybe use some sort of centerpiece. Maybe you put candles in the center. Make this just a delightful, even romantic or just relaxing environment, even if it's just for you, even if it's just by yourself. You don't have a large group or just a friend or someone with you. Make this a delightful experience. So maybe you just really treat yourself to those things. Again, maybe you are stressed plumb out all week long. You don't want to do any dishes. Just buy the nice, fancy, disposable cutlery and plates. At least, treat yourself to those. Maybe you lay out a napkin. Maybe you even have a napkin ring. Just really treat yourself to this whole experience. Another thing is plate the food nicely. So if you grab to go, maybe you don't eat it out of the to-go container, whatever it came in. Try to take it out and put it on a real plate of some sort. Maybe you add a little garnish. Maybe you add something, a flavor from your refrigerator, and put it on top. And really make that experience over the top and personalize that, because I believe food is even yummier when it is presented beautifully on the plate. I am not saying that I always present a meal beautifully, but it does make a difference. Even if you have the mac and cheese we talked about, put it in a beautiful bowl. Maybe put some fresh onion on top. Just do a green onion on top. Maybe you do just something really special for yourself, even though you feel like it's just a bowl of mac and cheese. But I tell you, a bowl of mac and cheese can just be elevated ever so slightly with just a few personal touches. So now that we are to our meal, we've made the plate, we've maybe laid out a tablecloth, here's the last crucial thing that I want to encourage you to do. And I've talked about this before in these Feel Good Fridays, and that's to turn your phone off. Unplug. Don't allow yourself to use that self-restraint, that self-discipline, and don't allow yourself to just scroll while you eat. Fork in one hand, scroll in the other. Turn your phone off. If you're alone, enjoy your own company. If you're with someone else, enjoy their company. Talk to them. Look at them face to face. Both put your phones away. And I talked about this, I believe, 2 weeks ago. If you are nervous about turning your phone off, you're nervous, what if somebody needs to contact you? And my tip there was always put your people that need to get a hold of you on your your favorites list. If you have an iPhone, I'm unfamiliar with Android, so I'm no help there. but I put all of those important contacts in my favorites, and when my phone is on Do Not Disturb, if they call a certain amount of times, it will allow the call to go through. If I want to completely unplug, turn my phone off, set it to the side, not pick it up for the rest of the evening, I will often let, for me, my sister, and my mom know, hey, I won't have my phone. Here's an alternate way to communicate or get a hold of me should there be an emergency. That will help put your mind at peace. That will give you some rest, and then you can just fully immerse yourself in that moment and that experience. So, put your phone away. Have a beautiful, nice plate in front of you. Choose your meal based on your interests. Maybe you're feeling a little sluggish and you want to get some extra veggies in, and you make that yummy meal. Maybe you just need that box of mac and cheese. I can't tell you how soothing to the soul a box of mac and cheese can be. Maybe you choose that frozen pizza, or again, your favorite to-go meal from your favorite restaurant. Whatever you choose, make this evening yours. Now, as I usually do, I will leave. I can't always see questions live, but if you have a question or a comment or anything, if you can put them in the comments while I review my notes, make sure there aren't any crucial things I forgot to mention to you, or any questions that you might have had over the last few weeks. If you missed them, they will remain on the library's Facebook page for you to go back, and you can always comment on them then whenever you watch them. So you think of your questions while I do a little run through of my notes. And it looks like we hit everything on my notes. So I really hope that you have enjoyed this Feel Good Friday series. If you did, please let us know. We would love to plan more programming that is helpful and encouraging and useful to you in your own life. West Virginia, right now, if you're watching and you're in the state here, we are almost 100%. I believe we were 98.4 the last time I checked on our census, but don't forget that deadline is coming near. You all deserve and need to be counted. So if you haven't filled out your census, you can always call the library, and we would love to explain to you how to do that. And then Miss Bethany will be here tomorrow for story time. We did a little switcheroo this week, so I was on Wednesday, and Miss Bethany will be reading stories and singing some fun songs tomorrow. And don't forget, we had Career Week all week, and you can watch all 3 of those live presentations on replay, again here on our Facebook page at the library. Thank you all for having me. Thanks for allowing me to come into your life and help you find some good ideas for how to just take care of yourself, how to give yourself some love and comfort, and just really take care of yourself, especially in these trying days that we have had. And I will see you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.